Hello students, welcome to SKT online classes. Today we will study partnership, the second form of business organization. Now, in my previous video, you must have gone through the proprietorship as well as Hindu undivided family or joint Hindu family business. Now, there was something different than what we are going to do today. Now, partnership. Now, when we say partnership, it means that the number is more than one. That is minimum two or more. Now, how many members are there? There's a lot of contradictory to it. You may Google it. Google will say something else. Your book will say something else. So, to avoid that controversy, I would just like to tell you to stick to the basics. Minimum two partners are required. Maximum, nobody is asking. CBSE or school teachers generally don't ask such question. Maximum, it was earlier 50, now it is 200. This is the knowledge that I have, I'm sharing with you. Now, many books differ from each other, so this is a very controversial thing. I'm not getting into it. Now, what is partnership, or in what happens in case of partnership? The same kind of business that a proprietor does, similarly here, two people or more than two people are getting involved in it. So we can say when two or more people come together with some kind of business idea, they are called partners, and the business is called partnership form of business. Now, what are the key highlights of partnership form of business we will discuss here. But before we discuss, like in case of proprietorship also, I told you certain features. Here, two or more people is one of the features. See, minimum two members are required. Next, we have sharing of profits. Now, profit cannot be taken by the single partner. The profit needs to be divided among them. There must be an agreement. Who is going to take how much? Who is going to do which work? So there must be an agreement. Next, the risk. The risk will be shared among partners. Nobody is going to entirely share the risk or take the risk. And unlimited liability. There's so many features we'll discuss one by one, but syllabus wise we will go. So merits and demerits are there. So we'll first discuss the merits, the good points about a partnership form of business. Now, when I talk about merit, you see the first point. Now, in my previous video, I have already told you about ease of formation and closure. Now, ease of formation and closure is the same thing. Like today, we decided to start the business. The business is doing well, we'll continue. But the business is not doing well, we'll close it. Even if the business is doing well because of some other reason, we want to close it, we can close it. There's no restriction. Why? Because the same reason. Here, there's no restriction on formation of the business. Like in my previous video, I told you about joint Hindu family business, where I told you that registration is compulsory under Hindu Succession Act. Now, Hindu Succession Act, the year, please text your comments in the comment section which year was Hindu Succession Act registered. Now, ease of formation and closure, then balanced decision making. Now, in my previous example, again, one question to all the students who have seen my previous video. I gave an example about a shop. Now, which shop did I talk about in this with regard to decision making, proprietorship? Quick decision making was the point. Now, whoever has seen the video, you please share your comments that which type of business did I discuss over there. So, whenever I am going to take a decision, suppose today I will be taking a decision whether to sign a contract with XYZ company. Whether to sign. So that person, I know him from many years, say 20 years, I know this person. He came up with a good idea and he's asking me to sign the contract with him. So without much thinking that 20 years, so I signed and I entered the contract with that person. Suppose the person knows me and he took an advantage of this situation. He is in a very bad state. I did not discuss with anybody. I didn't discuss, and I took this decision. Now I am also a part of his losses or his liabilities. So, in case of partnership, what happens? In case of partnership, the proprietor, unlike a proprietor, takes a decision quickly on his own. He has nobody to discuss with. Here, I will discuss it with my partners. With my partners or partner. Now, my partners may give me an advice that you know him for 20 years, but I have some information, let me show it to you. and say he actually shows me some information which is irrelevant. I may have a good relation with him personally, but that's outside. That's not a part of the business. So, decisions in case of partnership will always be balanced. In my previous video, I told you about that business, whether to accept the order or not to accept the order. Now we accepted in the previous case, but what if the person doesn't come to take the order, to receive the order? We don't know him. In the morning time only he came and gave the order. So, and maybe he has given 5, 10% or 20% advance. So, on what ground, without knowing his background, I took the order? It might go in a reverse way also, and suppose it hits back. What will happen to the business? The business is going to suffer losses. So, if you discuss with your other person about one particular decision, before taking a particular decision, you will get a balanced decision. He will tell you, if you do this, this might be the possible loss, or this might be the possible problem. So after discussion, you will actually be eventually be able to take the correct decision. So again, balanced decision making is a merit for partnership. Next, more funds. Now this is a very simple point. Of course, I am a proprietor. I was starting a medicine business. I invested 2 lakh rupees to start the business. Now, another person who also wanted to open a medicine store, he has 2 lakh rupees or 3 lakh rupees with him. Now, if he opens, he will open a small shop. If I open, I'll also open a small shop. But if we together open it, then at least the shop will be a little bit bigger. Two people will be there, will be able to manage also properly. We don't initially will not be requiring any staff, we will be able to manage it ourselves. So, more funds. So, your fund plus your partner's fund, combined fund will be invested in the business, and the business will be a little bigger in size, but not very big. Sharing of risk. Now, sharing of profits is also a merit. If sharing of profits is a merit, no. Why sharing of profits is not a merit? Because earlier I used to get the entire profit. Now I have to share it with my partners. So how is it a merit? But earlier I used to share the entire loss. If there's a loss, or if say any kind of mishap takes place, I was the one who used to bear it completely. Now I have other people who would share the risk with me. So again, risk sharing is a merit of partnership form. So sharing of risk is again a merit. Now, last point is secrecy. Now, secrecy, in my previous video also I discussed about a particular type of business. I discussed about a fast food center, but but I mentioned a particular food in which I use some kind of thing. Now, even this is a question to you all who all have seen my previous video. They will write in the comment which product did I talked about. Now, I told you that the thing which I mix in that product will remain a secret to me. So, of course, if it is my business, I'll keep it as a secret. So, just like me, it is my partner's business as well. So, why will the partner reveal it to the other person? I also gave you an example of papri chart. The papris are made of from my home, and I am taking it, and my staff is making the chart and selling it to the consumer. Now, the staff doesn't know what I mix in the papri. So, if I am doing this business with my partner, the partner will also not reveal. Why will he reveal? It's his business also. He will also get profits from his business. All right. So, with this, we complete the merits of partnership. Now, we will be discussing all the demerits of partnership. Now, you see here, demerits are a little more. Why? I'll give you the reasons for it. Number one is unlimited liability. Now, in my previous video for proprietorship and for Karta's liability, we have discussed what unlimited liability means. Unlimited liability means when a person who is not able to pay off his debt has to sell his personal properties in order to do so. The business has gone into losses. The business is no longer going to continue. Now, all the assets of the business will be sold. All the assets of the business will be sold, and the money that you generate, with that you're not able to pay off all the liabilities. The business has more liabilities. Say 20 lakh rupees is the liability, and you have fetched 13 lakh rupees or 14 lakh rupees. So the 6 lakh deficit has to be borne by the partner. The 6 lakh benefit has to be borne by the partners. Borne by the partner means they have to sell their personal property to pay off the debt. So it's a bad thing. So this is unlimited liability. In case of proprietorship, it was single person's liability. Here, the liability will be shared, but each and every partner is liable to pay off the debts of the firm. All right. So this is a demerit. Number two, limited resources. No matter how much fund you invest, just now I told, but still it will not be as big as a joint stock company or like a what will I say, like a government company or any public company. It will definitely be lesser than that. A small partnership firm. Partnership firm is two people carrying on business. It cannot be huge, and it should not be huge because there are a lot of constraints which we will discuss in the later part. You see the next one, possibility of conflict. Now, I would like to give you a case study which I've heard from my student. Now, if my student will watch this video, he will definitely realize that I'm talking about his example with you all today. The student of whom I'm discussing this thing, he told me that his father were three friends. They were friends from childhood. They started their own business in their adulthood and they became very successful. As I just now told, they were very good friends. So they bought a good plot and built a house, did lottery, that who's going to take the ground floor, who's going to take the first floor, who's going to take the second floor. So lottery was done, and each and every partner or each and every friend got one floor. They had such good relation that for all trips they used to go together. But when it comes to profit, when it comes to money, why would one friend always work hard and the other friend will let it happen and he will not put his efforts and will still get the entire share of profit? Why? If they are equal partners, also their work should also be equally done. Some people are maximum work is being done by some people and minimum work is done by somebody, but still that person is getting the entire profit. So the other partners may think that I am the one who is running the entire show and my other partners are just taking the money. They are not doing anything. So if I do this business on my own, the entire profit will come to me. This is one of the reasons. Say three partners are there. One partner says, I would buy goods from A Limited. The other partner says, no, let's buy from B Limited. The other partner says, let's buy from C Limited. Now, from one place to you have to buy. Now, since it was conflicting to all of them, they bought it from D Limited. The quality of D Limited is not good. The business fails. They are not able to deliver good quality products. So these are the reasons conflict arises. So the example of my student, what happened? Because of such reasons, they were still, like when I used to teach the student of mine, they were still into the business, but nobody used to talk to each other. They were living in the same building, same house, or same building, flat system, but nobody used to talk to each other. Not even their children used to talk to their children. So imagine, friends became enemies. So such situations will arise in partnership form of business. So because of that, this is considered as a demerit. Now, friends for so many years also do not talk to each other because of business. Business, and one advice, business should not be done with any of your friend. All right. Next, possibility of conflict. Now, the person behind camera is thinking that he's also my friend, but I'm doing it. It's not always true. Now, possibility of conflict. Done. Risk of mutual agency. Now, this word mutual agency, what exactly does this word mutual agency means? Mutual agency means one partner acting on behalf of all and all partner acting on behalf of one. Like, I am the representative of the entire firm, or the firm can represent me as well. Say, for example, today there's a conference or seminar being uh, in which we have got an invitation. We are three partners. Now, one of us can go and represent this firm of ours on behalf of the entire firm. Three of us do not need to go. So, this is what. So, now, what is the demerit here? Risk of mutual agency. Now, suppose I go there to represent the firm. Now, suppose I get into a conflict with one of the person over there and I started hitting him, or maybe I just used some bad words to the person, and the cameras and everybody, were looking at me, or they recorded it and they are displaying. that the partner of such and such firm has done this. So the reputation of the partnership firm goes down because of my wrong act. Or suppose this is still business activity. Suppose I am a partner and I am out of three partners, I am the one who has got into, say, drink and drive case. And in the newspaper, it will be flashed that this company's partner has done such and such act. So the firm's goodwill will go down. The reputation of the firm will go down. So this is something where the risk arises. Now, these are, say, extreme bad situations I'm talking about. But what about out of the three partners, one partner wanted to take a decision. Other partners did not have a choice because he is so keen that he will take the decision. And after taking that decision, the partnership meets a huge loss. So, because of this loss, the other partners are also going to bear the risk, bear the liability. So, this is what risk of mutual agency means. Because of one partner's wrong deed, other partners will have to suffer demerit. I hope this is clear to all of you. Next, lack of continuity. Now, suppose conflict. Today, I'm shouting at the person. Next day, I'm hitting the person. So, how many days will the business continue? The business cannot continue. Today, I will say no salary to this person. Tomorrow, the other person will say no salary to that person. So, my team members will not get, like people who are with me, will not get salary approved by the other person if I don't approve the salary of some other person. Conflict. I have seen with my eyes what kind of problems are faced. So, partnership business, this is a big problem. So, eventually, what happens? Eventually, the business do not continue because the partners becomes so egoistic that they do not let the business carry on because they always disrupt the daily activities of the business. So, this is the reason business comes to an end. Apart from this, also, we can say if a partner dies, if a partner becomes insolvent, or if a partner wants to come out of this business, he wants to retire, then also a partnership firm will come to an end. If other partner wishes to continue, then they might have to re-register the firm, as in new agreement should be prepared. And the last one, lack of public confidence. Now, today's students, this is a question to you all. How many of you buy products of partnership firm rather than joint stock company? Write this in the comment box, because why I'm telling you, suppose which soap do you people use or which hand wash do you people use? You please send me a comment and I will write the name of the company which is manufacturing that soap. The reason I'm telling you this, because whichever soap you use, it is produced by one of the big joint stock companies, but none of them will be done by partnership firm. Partnership firm, majority of soaps or hand wash, where is it used? It is used in railways. Even railways these days are using Lifebuoy, but still, railways or some kind of small restaurants, some kind of malls where you see liquid soap, but it is not branded. Such soaps are produced by partnership firms in locality, in a specific region, but not in national level region. So that is the reason people have less confidence in partnership firms. So that's demerits. Now, merits and demerits we have discussed. Now we will be discussing the different types of partnership.